Our next speaker this afternoon is Professor Sukanta Chaudhuri, who is an alumnus of this university, Presidency College, and was actually a teacher in Presidency College from 1973 to 1991, subsequent to which he joined the Jadavpur University until his superannuation in 2010. During the period he was in Jadavpur University, he actually set up a school, a separate school, of which he was the director from 2004 to 2010. That was called the School of, that is called the School of Cultural Texts and Records. Professor Sukanta Chaudhuri essentially is a person of English literature and specializes in the Renaissance period. He has compared the links, he's drawn up the links and parallels between European and Bengal Renaissance and has written several books, one of which is called The Infirm Glory, Shakespeare and the Renaissance Image of Man. I'm tempted to say that Professor Chaudhuri is a polymath of the humanities. He is translated Rabindranath Tagore, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay and also the nonsense poems of Sukumar Roy into English, which those of us who have read Sukumar Roy will find it almost impossible, but you should take a look at the translations that he's done. He's also written a play, and that play was enacted by Nandikar under the direction of Rudra Prasad Sengupta, and the play was called Jaha Chai. Today he's going to talk to us. The title of his talk is Harnessing the Humanities, and I really am on behalf of the Presidency College, Presidency University, we are absolutely delighted and honored to have Professor Sukanta Chaudhuri talk to us on harnessing the humanities. Professor Chaudhuri, 35 to 40 minutes, depending on many things, 10 to 5 minutes.
Actually, the information there is slightly outdated, but never mind. Thank you very much, Professor Bojumdar, for that very kind introduction, and needless to say, many thanks to Presidency University for the honor of asking me to speak here. It's a very great pleasure, the slightly destabilizing one, to return to my alma mater in this wonderful new guise, and must congratulate Professor Lohia and all the colleagues for having brought about this transformation. This is a little disorienting to us who saw it, this more shabbier, but still, even then, very lively guys until 25 years ago. Anyway, my title today is Harnessing the Humanities, a title that may seem perverse, because a harness confines and controls. It impedes the expansion of the mind and uplifting of the spirit, traditionally credited to the humanities, even more than other branches of inquiry, as Shugoto has so eloquently just brought out to us. Friedrich Schiller has a poem where the winged horse Pegasus is put in harness to the misfortune of both the creature and the people tormenting him. Finally, a young man with a lute sends him soaring into the skies. That is an allegory of the function of the arts. The term humanities originates historically in the new curriculum of European universities in the Renaissance as a study of more humanly oriented texts, literae humaniores, ancient Greco-Roman literature, history and philosophy in particular, in contrast to divinity or theology based on the word of the Christian God. Today, the term humanities embraces the many diverse disciplines studying the arts and patterns of mental and social behavior. To harness the humanities, it might seem, is to stunt and abuse the material. That is often adjudged the unhappy task of the academic student of the humanities. Jivanananda Das has an unsparing metaphor for the literary scholar's pursuit. Not only does the scholar not write poetry, he dabbles among the worms infesting the entrails of dead poets. Mrito Kobider Krimi Khete. I think all Bengalis will remember that devastating image. Actually, every scholar in the field must have felt like endorsing this description at some point in their career, and even more damningly, they might unknowingly have matched it. But worms, after all, are living creatures in their own right. So can they bring life to the scholar's dismal pursuit? In what follows, I will talk chiefly about the sphere of the humanities with which I am concerned, namely literary studies. But literature, being a term of very uncertain meaning, I don't know what it means. And I almost feel like saying I challenge anybody to do so, but there are people in the audience who might take up the challenge successfully, so I won't. But anyway, it's a tricky term. Okay? So I prefer to call it the study of verbal texts. We could have called it textual studies, but unfortunately the